Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and pokey yolks. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy, you may call it the phone. But when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done, while rush to end it all. It feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all, can think of a thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue? Or dead since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Namaste. Namastizzle. Peace and blessings. Welcome. What's up? Magick LaCroix here. Hopefully y'all are having a great day today. Today is the day of Tuesday, the day of Mars. We got about 9 days left for the month of Halloween. Hopefully y'all have been getting those rituals in while the veil is thin. Remember, on Halloween, the veil will be the thinnest. So no excuses. Namaste to the missus, even though I just seen her. But another hot day here in Texas. Always a lot going on. Like I always say, it's always a lot going on. But the one thing that's been not bothering me, but made me curious is that you know how you got some celebrities have super fans, right? Super fans. And remember, even Obama had a super fan. Well, Will Smith has a super fan in Brazil. You know what I mean? Peace and blessings. Brother Konami, peace and blessings. Namaste, Caribbean Grimoire. How y'all brothers doing today? Yeah, Will Smith has anyway, let me show it. It's better explained if I show it. This is the man's, he has an Instagram, and this guy kind of idolizes Will Smith, Brazil. You know what I mean? Him and a partner of his, they actually call themselves the bad boys of Brazil. You know what I mean? I was floored when I saw this. I didn't know that somebody like Will Smith, not like something's wrong with him, but just that's kind of an odd person to idolize, I would think. You know, but this is the guy here. Let me show y'all. This is him. He calls himself Will Banyo. Y'all can see that, right? And most of his videos on here, well, here he is. He's pictured with the real Will Smith, right? Not much of a resemblance, not really. You know, facial features are different. But if you saw this clip right here.
Tô vendo isso. Ô, rapaz, é os bad boys, velho. Mas vocês não lançaram o filme agora, rapaz? Isso é na rua, é?
Que horas passa? Estação Mussunga.
Ô, Magick, cadê esse último passo?
Oh, meu Deus, até agora ela não está duro.
Estão na rua, rapaz. Lançaram o filme agora.
Nossa vida.
It doesn't stop there, people. It doesn't stop there. He has done it with Jackie Chan.
Oh, meu Deus. Quem é, rapaz? Pera aí, rapaz. Pera aí. Oxi. Pode fazer o churrasco.
Look at that.
Aqui, né, Will?
Jack?
Aqui, você aí, né,
Jack?
velho? É.
Oh, meu Deus.
Eu vim atrás do meu dinheiro,
Nossa,
Will.
miséria. Eu tô fazendo churrasco com mortandela e você me cobrando dinheiro na internet?
Tá devendo muito tempo, Will.
Oh, Will duro, my friend. Will não tem esse dinheiro, my friend.
Pô, Will, então vamos fazer o seguinte, velho. Eu trouxe até um negócio que eu levar pra casa. Vamos fazer churrasco junto, então. Bora, mano.
Agora sim, my friend. É bom amigo, a gente. my play.
Yeah. So this, of course, right here is the guy's real face. That's the guy's real face, right? But most of his videos, most of them, and him as his partner imitating Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
O meu bode se paga. Tu fica alucinado. Pode sacanear na chapa. Pode sacanear na chapa. Pode sacanear na chapa. Na chapa, na chapa. Pode sacanear na chapa. Pode sacanear na chapa. Pode sacanear em cima da estache. O meu bode se
But he did get to meet Will Smith, the real one, right here. He's actually on stage with him. Remember, the outfit that he's wearing is the opening to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, yeah, I just thought that's an odd person to idolize. You know what I mean? Peace, Katrina. What's going on? Yeah, most of his videos, and this man then got 2 million subscribers on Instagram from doing this. He was able to buy and open a bar from it. I just thought I would open with that. I just think, even though it's okay, it's a little creepy, don't you think? I mean, because he's using the same technology that Kendrick Lamar used on his the Heart Part 5. Same technology. It's called deep fake. You know what I mean? It's creepy as shit to me. You know what I mean? So he kind of lives his life as a Will Smith impersonator. Yeah. No Dora pause. I just think that's odd as hell. Okay. Then I saw this recently. I just saw this like recently, y'all. And I don't even know what to say to this one, to be quite honest. Then I see, I couldn't believe she said this with her chest out. And like confident. She confidently said this online. So that I can find it. Let's see. Right here. I found it. Check the evilness of this clip right here. Check the evilness. Look, y'all may get on me for saying what I have to say afterwards, but if I'm lying, I'm flying.
And I watched him eat it. You know why? Because why the fuck would you
get it out here? But they're also very loud. Let's hear what this woman has to say.
Toxic thing I've ever done, because I'm Miss Toxic, and this group is basically put my shit in this man's chili, and I watched him eat it. You know why? Because why the fuck would you ever cheat on me? I literally took a shit and put it inside of the chili. He ate that shit, baby, and then he threw up after. I'm sure he tasted it. Come on now. The most toxic thing I've ever done, because I'm Miss Toxic, and this group is basically put my shit in this man's chili, and I watched him eat it. You know why? Because why the fuck would you ever cheat on me? I literally took a shit and put it inside of the chili. He ate that shit, baby.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes the uniform, I mean, I know every woman looks like this, so it's hard to tell, you know, who's a strag and who's not. But this is why I have a no strag policy. And she's saying this with 100% confidence. She's not lying. You know, sometimes women be out here lying, okay? But yeah, we always tell you, especially these light skin, women from the South, Creole. These women do some voodoo, and they don't tell you they doing black magic voodoo on you. Anybody carry beans? Yeah, they be doing some wild shit out here, and she ain't lying. She is.
For one thing, that's not voodoo. You know what I mean? That's not voodoo at all. There's no part of voodoo in either the magic part or the religious side that tells you to put your shit in someone's food. She said it confidently that she's Miss Toxic, and there are no words. There are absolutely no words. And like I said, y'all may get mad at me, but oh well. They have done a number on black women. They really have. They've done a number where anyone thinks that shit like this is okay. Now, of course, she's an exception. She's a rare exception. But, you know, from the baby hairs and the pounds of weave and just the toxic behavior, you know, I'm not trying to get off on a point about that, but you know the harm that you can do by putting your waste in someone's food. Remember the case where a student was expelled from a college. This happened a couple years ago because her roommate didn't want her in her room so bad. She started putting her shit in her toothpaste and her lotion. Remember that? And the woman just started getting sick. And you know what I'm saying? You can end up probably killing somebody by doing that. You know what I mean? That's not voodoo. I don't know what he was talking about. That's not voodoo. That's just straight up evil. You know what I mean? Yeah, spiritual doppelganger. Yeah, it's easier to leave. You would think that. You would think it's just easier to leave, but why the fuck would you cheat on me? Why would anyone stay after that? Peace and blessings, brother Legacy Sigma. What's up? And then when she hit a streak of bad luck, she won't think that that's the repercussions of her toxicity. Yeah, how about that? How about that? Because I wouldn't mind being on the first 48 for some shit like that. Somebody feeds me shit. Really? Man, this particular society these days. But remember, the master teacher told us, watch out for the Negro. Okay. There are black devils. All right. He said it when I interviewed him. Okay. Let's go to what he said. Okay. Here is Aziz Elbey. Give me a second.
Books, or what do you call it, the documentations and stuff like that. If you got those books, you could break down anything almost.
Okay. Caribbean Grimoire asked to post a link for the book. I'm trying to remember what book he's talking about, but that happened, 30 minutes ago. You talked about a book, and I guess that's what he's talking about. Oh, post a link to your book. He wants the link to, I will put everything, all his links, people who's watching this, I'll put his links to his site and everything in the description box on YouTube. Okay, so you can, and he has some dynamic things on his site, lectures and stuff that we actually need to know.
I recommend the Cosmic Comic Book, though.
Are you going to bring out more copies, or once you sell those last two, is that it?
No, after the last two, part 2 is going to come out.
Okay.
Let's see. What is the esoteric meaning of a birthmark? It's an interesting question.
It's a program.
I'm sorry, that's not the part.
Mainly in America. Now, I want to say about my book again that the sisters, it's sold out anyway. Didn't need no niggas. I am happy about the females. The black females are we get people online talking about the black woman. And yes, there are some bad ones. But for the most part, they are way beyond the American Negro. They are way beyond the American Negro. American Negro is going to be an extinct animal.
Y'all hear that?
They are going to be extinct. Yes. But she will be around. She will be around. And she will remember. Because now they're starting to marry Africans. They done left the American Negro. Get out of here, nigga. I mean, one time I was talking to a guy consciously, he wanted to know about food, what to eat, and all of that. After I finished talking about him, he said to me, now I wonder if I should get a pizza or some chicken. And the way the American Negro will treat you if you let him. If you let them. And the ones that I have inspired to do what they're doing as far as lecturing and bringing people in and all that, they turn on you.
Hear that?
Because they will turn on you. I'm going to mention names and stuff like that, but they will. The white man is straight up. Pay me, give my money, when whatever. Business. But the Negro, yo, you better watch your. What did Muhammad say? Go read what Muhammad said about the Negro. He is the living devil. That's Muhammad, the same nigga Farrakhan followed. Okay, and he goes on and on and on about that too. He says he got black hair. Sometimes his eyes are red, but his skin is very dark, and that's why I showed you this. And this, what I'm saying now, is going to keep them off of your channel because they don't want to hear that.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I try to speak softly.
Pay attention.
Because when you speak loud, like a lot of other speakers, you're awakening the ego, which is the left brain. But when you speak softly, like Yoda, and gently, that is the right brain. That's how God speaks. He ain't yelling at you. That's why when they killed Jesus, it said, kill Jesus and give us Barabbas. Barabbas was the revolutionary nigga.
Right.
Jesus was the soft-spoken scientist.
Okay. And so I hope y'all got the point of that. There's a book called Black Devils that describes pretty much the American Negro. It's crazy how everything that man has said has come true. You know what I mean? You better watch your back. You better find your tribe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry about the distortion. I don't know how to fix that, to be quite honest. But that is a good, how long was it? That was a good an hour and 40 minutes chat with Azazel. You know what I mean? He gave out a lot of good information, a lot, And Legacy Segment said it's a wild amount of food being recalled. People actually think that within the next 2 weeks, the world is ending. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we have been trying to tell the masses is coming true. You know what I'm saying? Everything. But not just find your tribe, find stuff that will help you connect with nature. You know what I mean? Drink teas, try to avoid coffee, detox whenever you can. I'm back on another 3-day fast. I fasted last week. I fasted for 3 days. I lost about 5 pounds. I feel great, you know. And here I am again. It's like 3 on, 4 off, like that. That's the pattern that me and my wife have. You know what I mean? It's good for the body to detox. If you can actually fast for a week, that's even better, you know. But you would have to fast on water. See what I'm saying? But remember, I'm always saying that something is always happening in the internet world. Something is always going on. And every time I look, or scroll social media, it makes me glad that I stay to myself. I don't engage in arguments online. You know what I mean? Katrina's here. Katrina sent me something um, that I'm not sure. First of all, the new math, they got new math that's happening. You know what I'm saying? We all know how to multiply. It's been a standard formula for hundreds of years to how to multiply to get an answer, right? They have come up with a new way which doesn't involve memorization. You know what I mean? Check this out. Check how they now do multiplication. This fucked me up. They get the same answer. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy.
Way, it's easier for me to write it like this, okay?
Okay.
And I just do it like that. I do 2 times 4 is 8 because you have to memorize them. You have to memorize the whole table. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. I had to memorize the entire multiplication table up until multiples of 12.
Well, for us, because sometimes it's hard to memorize, we do it like this. All right, so we have 2. 1, 2. We
Okay.
have 1. 1. And then
These
we
are
have
just tally
4.
lines?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And then, because we're multiplying by 2, we do 2 lines like this. Whoa.
Okay.
And then we count like when it intersects. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4.
You're still going.
1, 2.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Bam.
Okay, what do you guys think? I mean, I understand kids sometimes do have a hard time, but it's not impossible, but this is quicker.
Not only is it quicker, you're supposed to know how to multiply in your head. So they're dumbing down the population so much, it's incredible to me. You know what I'm saying? They are dumbing down. There's not just you're just drawing lines and then counting. That doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Like for as far as I can remember, you had to memorize. This was in grade school. You had to memorize the multiplication tables. Remember that? Now they have taken that away. So these kids are not using their brains. They're not. They are not using their brains doing it that way. You know? And the old way has always been quicker. You just how she showed her. But now they drawing lines and then counting the points on the. See what I'm saying? Y'all better take your kids out of these schools. Y'all best homeschool. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ashley Digital? Good to see you. Yes, way. Yes, way. Why not just bring back an abacus if you're going to do all that to multiply? The whole point of how we learned multiplication was because it was more efficient. Exactly. That was the whole point. The whole point. And how to use your brain to count. You know what I'm saying? In the practical world, how would you even do that? You know what I'm saying? Most people can picture, you can't use that way on a calculator. You can't use that way in a grocery store. You should know how to multiply. Thanks for the Vex Scribe. You're absolutely correct. Mental arithmetic. Yes. Idiocracy was not a movie. It was a documentary. I still have not seen that movie. I am going to watch it because that's not the first time I heard that particular point made. I'm going to watch that. I just watched They Live again. Everybody should see that movie. You know what I mean? Yeah, I never seen it either, but I keep hearing about it myself. You know, I'm not touching that one. Well, I mean, you know, they are dumbing down the school system. They are dumbing down rap music. Well, they've dumbed that all the way down. You know, they've really, really dumbed that down. You see what I'm saying? So if anyone remembers Poor Righteous Teachers, we had it made when you grew up in that era. You were talking, you had Brand Nubian, Public Enemy, X-Clan, all these 5% nation groups who were bringing knowledge to the masses. They had to nip that in the bud, and they did. You know what I'm saying? For more on this, who gives a better explanation of it, shout out to Katrina again. Wise, intelligent. He presents it so well. He does. I don't do it justice. He can say it better than I can.
Hip hop changing from positive to negative was not a consequence of history. It was not a circumstance of history. It was nothing that just happened on its own. It had nothing to do with the changing of the times. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the fact that there are people in this particular society who wants to see us exactly where we are. And we cannot elude that, let that point elude us. These are the facts. How do we know? 1967, Kerner Commission report on urban disorder. When black people said, yo, we're tired of this system. You know what I mean? This system is oppressing us. So we rebelled against the system. We burned things. We said, yo, we had enough. He did his little report on what caused these riots. He said, what caused these riots? He said it was young children who started these riots, and what was motivating them was a high self-esteem and an enhanced racial pride. He said the majority of the rioters were high school dropouts, but they had a higher political orientation than their peers who did not drop out. And they saw the system as their enemy, so they attacked it in the right circumstance. So fast forward to 1992. Same thing. #1 record on the radio. We had Fight the Power. Fight the Power is on the radio. Rodney King gets beaten before the world. The black youth rebelled against the system. Again, they did it again. And why? What primed them? Positive hip hop. Primed them. Fight the Power. X-Clan. Brand Nubian. You had these groups out here who were pushing, who were politically orienting black kids in the right direction, giving them the proper prompters that they needed so that they can respond properly to oppression. All right. In 1967, when the riots happened, he saw that the self-esteem and the racial pride was fueling this. So he said, how do I bring that down so that they will not riot? And what he did, he flooded the airways with black exploitation movies. Nigga Charlie and the Return of Nigga Charlie. These were movies. Hip hop didn't start calling people niggas. We had Shaft. We had Coffee. Black girl turned prostitute to do whatever. You know what I mean? But these black exploitation movies brought down the self-esteem and the racial pride so that the kids will not rebel against the system of oppression. 92, the racial pride was back in effect. We had black kids going to Dr. Ben Yuckanen lectures. We were spending our money to go see Farrakhan speak as opposed to going to a strip club. This is where we were. The most coveted article of clothing was a historically black college or university sweater. We were motivating children towards positive attitudes and lifestyles. And when Rodney King got the beating, heads responded properly. Fast forward to our day. Sean Bell is shot 50 times in the street in New York by police officers. #1 song on the radio, Like a Lollipop. Nobody do nothing. Nobody respond to nothing. Trust me. Just like the brother, I believe it was JT, the bigger figure, who said that the label executives came to him and said, yo, brother, we need you talking about guns and whores. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That happens. I've been in those meetings with management and had to ask me, is what you're saying really what you believe, so that we'll know how to market you properly? You know what I mean? This happens. Young Buck on his album, he has a song on his album that talks about police terrorism. The label said absolutely not. Jimmy Iovine said absolutely not. You cannot put that record on the album because it might create an atmosphere that might put police officers' lives in danger.
Right.
So they took the record off, but they let him keep the other 14 songs on the album that talked about killing black youth. So this is what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with a circumstance or consequence of history. You know what I mean? The environment that we're embedded in puts us in a situation where we feel we have to maneuver and play the game and water our message down. You know what I mean? But no, what happened was they intentionally shifted the paradigm to get us exactly where we are right now.
And that has not stopped. Like he said, that's wise, intelligent from Poor Righteous Teacher, you know, rock this funky joint. You know what I mean? It was a time to be alive, just like he said. You know, we were walking around with these, not just clocks, but these little African pendants when we all thought we came from Africa. Yeah. But I mean, y'all get the point though. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all have heard me say this before. When you control the media, you can control what people see, and it has an effect on the subconscious. Tyler Perry has a job to do, y'all. He has a job to do, and he's done it well. Every show that you see him put out has black women at odds with each other and weave in their hair. That's for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? That is for a purpose, right? You know, we the only people who are mocked in every single thing we do, yet and still people are trying to copy us, implement us, and trying to steal not just our birthright, but the way we speak, the way we move, everything about us. You know what I'm saying? I've seen our lingo, our slang that we came up with on the news. See what I'm saying? On the news. All this slang that these people are saying came from us. It is a fact. It is not my opinion. I don't care if you don't like it. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, exit stage left now. You know, before I became an occultist, I was very militant. I was trying to be in the Nation of Islam in my early 20s. I think that was the best time for me to do that. You know what I mean? So as much as I say, and I'm sure I said this before, as much as I say fuck niggas, and you know, I'm not trying to warn the masses, I still have a sense of pride when it comes to melanated and copper colored people. You know what I mean? So I will do whatever I can for as long as I can on this platform. See what I'm saying? I got another clip to show y'all, and this is from Bobby. Okay, this is from Bobby. So yeah, of course, my YouTube channel is to bring awareness to magic, you know, because I'm always saying that magic is the way out. The spiritual scientist, the only goddamn thing that actually has not been taken from us yet. You know what I mean? I shouldn't say yet, but we don't know, do we? Do we? You know, people still are scared of the spiritual sciences. While I'm thinking about it, if you are on Clubhouse, please join Astrology Club with Brother Konami and Nina Dunham. They have some good chats on cardology. I think they talk just about every day. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear from Bobby real quick, because I got more to get into here today. I got a mission today.
Yeah, basically. We want to give a shout out to the brother. He's all the way from London, England. Jerry Springer. We done crossed the Atlantic on a nigga ass. This brother, I'm mentioned to you are London, but by way of what island or whatever? Where's your parents are from? Barbados. Right. It's always some island. By way, even in Canada, it's there.
St. George, you know what that is?
Yeah, they got a good room for Barbados too.
It said it's the Moorish connection.
Yeah, it is. So.
Yeah, but what way you want to expand it? It's something I've been looking at in London, and you've been speaking earlier on about the whole connection with the Druids and the Moors.
Yeah.
Listen to what Bobby says here.
Right now, we've got this thing we look into, the whole Ham thing. We've got loads of areas within our area called Ham, which links back to the Moors and blackness. In 2012, we're hosting the Olympics, and there's certain connections I've been looking at and seeing that how does it still relate to our people over in London now.
There's a book. It's called The Egyptian Origins of London. And when I first saw it, I said, he go a cracker trying to steal our legacy again. But even Gerald Massey had did a whole thing in one of his book at the beginning on the English is actually a lot of those Egyptian words and stuff like that. So there is a connection there. There's a connection there because it's got to be some kind of connection, because how could a little small remote island take over the whole world?
Well, even the whole English, what I've been looking at, where I come from is a place called Newham, and what I'm looking at is this is the new camp, but it's the old camp.
Yeah.
I'm putting certain things in place
Right.
where I see that some of the same.
Yeah, because you got because you got Kemet, then you had Britain, and then from Britain they had the New Ham. Well, the Camelot was called the New Lot of Cam, and it was meant for America. This was the Camelot that the Moors had envisioned. And this book here, it's ironic because I had to order this book again. I had it years ago. It's called People of the Secret, Ernest Scott. This is probably one of the best books written on one of the best books written on the metaphysics stuff of the Moors. And he don't even mention the Moors. He just say that the Arabs in Spain is real, but it breaks but this is the one where he breaks about the New Lot of Camelot is Egypt. The New Lot of Cam, but it's in America. He also in here tells you that the word Sufi means woolly-haired one.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Now, this is an excellent book, People of the Secret. I used to recommend this book a lot in the 90s and stuff like that and stuff, but I had to go back and get it again because the simple fact, there's some stuff I'm also going to break tomorrow on and I'll go into a little bit, but anyway, the Egyptians knew that there was a group of mutants up in Europe, and they sat around for thousands of years and didn't go and do something on some people that they had their hands in creating. So it was left up to the Moors, which was nothing but the Egyptian priests. When the Arabs invaded Kemet, they banded together to go back up in there because what they had to do. The key was they had to make a non-aberrant man. They had to make a non-mutated man. Now they didn't get all of Europe, but they had groups of people that they had to go in, and what they did is they went up in there, and for 700 years, they just fucked these white women. And they made pockets of these ones, and some of your Jews ended up being those particular ones, and that's why they was run out of all the places and stuff. Being those particular ones, and that's why they was run out of all the places and stuff, because they was nothing but the bastardized children of the Moors. You see what I'm saying? Remember Francis Wilson said, and they went on like a 700-year quest to rewrite themselves.
And that's where you get a lot of monsters from that, like werewolves, Frankenstein.
Yeah, and stuff. And I'm going to go into this thing tomorrow and stuff like that, because there's a tarot card that deals with that whole thing. But I'm going to go into that.
And I believe that the tarot, I'm saying that, I don't even say it like that, but the tarot card that Bobby is talking about is the one I showed earlier. Peace and blessings, Sister Moonfeather. Yes, Now Valley Contributions to Civilization. That's an excellent starter book if you're just trying to go know history. The Sufis is another one. The Sufis, known as the woolly-haired ones. You know what I mean? They mock us and everything we've done. Listen, they know who you are. You don't. I'm not saying y'all, but They know who the Moors are. Did you hear what Bobby said? They went on a 700-year run. You see what I'm saying? Look at this right here. When I say they mock us, they mock us. Yet and still, they steal everything. Check this out. You see this? Look at that. Yeah. Mocking the Moors. You see what I'm saying? Mocking the Moors. Yet and still, the Moors told them how to bathe and other things. The Moors actually told them how to run this civilization. Believe it or don't. I really don't care. You know, there's another clip that Katrina showed me where it's about bathing. And then they admit to some things on hygiene. You know what I mean? Hygiene. Okay. All right. I found it. Okay. All right. Check this out. Check this out. So,
giving their kids a bath. Are we supposed to be doing this?
So what you're saying is every
all
time
right, from the beginning.
you get out the tub or your kids get out the tub, y'all ain't cleaning the tub? Yeah, I got a problem with that.
And the first, I'm a housekeeper. No one cleans their bathtub after every use. Okay. All right. Okay. When Gucci did this a few years ago, it was an outrage, but this isn't cause for an outrage. Stolen legacy? Absolutely. I think George G.M. James has passed away, but that is an excellent book from the Browder Files. Every book that y'all see in the chat, you should be looking at. Okay. When one more time, when you control the flow of information and what people see, it dumbs people down. And so, can we actually say that it's still their fault? Triple Dora pause for that. Right. How about that? Maroon Beauty, what's up? Hopefully you are still recovering well and that you recover 100%. The Dutch has a blackface holiday called Black Peter. You see what I'm saying? It's all over the world. How did this happen? If you go into history, you will find how it happened. That's the problem. People don't want to read. Don't forget. Celine Capensis, I got mine. You know what I mean? This is great. The dreams are excellent. They're interactive. You know what I'm saying? It's an excellent resource for your brain. As is Amanita. See what I'm saying? Amanita. Okay. This isn't the only mushroom y'all should be fucking with. All right. There's others. Okay. This is my meditation machine. It cost me almost $300. Okay. It has about 100 pre-programmed sessions on it, from everything from regeneration to energy to sleep. So what it does is put binaural beats in your ears, and you have these goggles, okay, that flashes lights. These special goggles. Yeah, see that? It's worth the investment. You know what I mean? Can I spell what? What can I spell? I can spell anything you need me to. What you need me to spell? I start radiation therapy tomorrow. Okay, good luck with that. And in sincere hope that you recover completely and no long-term effects. Wait, what is that? This is my meditation machine. Remember, I had one. It looks like an old Walkman. It finally died 10 years later. So I had to break down and buy me another one. This makes meditation so much easier. You know what I mean? It makes it way easier. Okay, it's called the Limina machine. All right. So I guess I got to give y'all a demonstration, huh? So of course you got headphones. I use my big headphones for it, but there's some holes for it. Okay, turn it on, and I can just pick a session. This was Night Voyage, but it counts down. If you can see that, it counts down, so it gives you time to get comfortable. Counts down, and then the beats come in your ears, and the lights start flashing. You have to keep your eyes closed. It's a meditation machine. Okay. Again, worth the investment. The first joint I pulled out was Selene capensis. This is a South African herb that I take at night. I take a small piece off. Let's say like that. Small piece off. It don't take much. And I chew it. Once I chew it, I swallow it. That's not the only way that you can ingest it. You can put it in water, stir it up, let it foam up, and drink the foam. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Radionics machine? No, I've never had one of those. You showed one in the past? Okay. How much? Going to search for it now? I believe I paid, if I'm not mistaken, it was either close to or over $300. It's expensive. Remember I said I got mine 10 years ago. Mine's cost close to $200 when I got it. They've gotten more expensive, as everything has. You would sleep with that? There are sessions that's like 60 minutes long. And my wife has tried it and she is snoring. The ones that's like 5, 6, or 7 nighttime sessions like that you put on before you go to sleep. Oh, Selene capensis is spelled like that. Now the clip I want to show y'all. Here we go. What I hated about this, so few people showed up to this lecture.
Now, I don't know what type of flowers these are, but the flowers, based on the color of it, electrifies your aura. And how does that happen? there's a technique you have to use to absorb the chi. So the first thing you would do is stand in a horse stance. Horse stance is basically just your knees bent. That's it. And then you would slowly begin to cultivate the chi of the plant, and you're pulling the aura, and the smell, and all of that from this plant into your auric field, just like that. And if you do that long enough, for about 5 minutes, you'll actually start to smell it on you. Okay. So if anybody want to try that, you go ahead. The horse stance, and just swoop the energy of the plant into your auric field. It doesn't look like a rose. So anyone want to try that? You want to try that, Jay? Anybody?
It is a rose.
It's a rose?
It's a rose. But you know, it does smell like roses. Look at the baby.
Oh yeah, here's one right here. Yes. Yeah. It is. But this one right here looks more like some type of carnation or something. But yeah, the rest of them look like roses.
But that one's going to sleep. That one's getting old.
Yeah.
That one's a baby.
Right. Right, you're just scooping up air, pulling it towards you into your auric field. So what? You gotta go hard, you gotta go do this, you gotta do all different type of shit, right?
It's like I smell
just gonna wake up in the morning and go to the You're gonna be doing shit the day before. You're gonna come out into the woods, you're gonna get the rose energy or whatever flowers that are out, dandelion energy, whatever kind of energy you can get before you go make that.
Smell it all day long.
Yeah, give it a try. Or snacks. Right.
Right. You're going to make you. You're going to with yes.
Pull the energy in. See? Really get your hands over the plant. Like that. I mean, you can stand up straight if you can't reach it to the air. Get that energy up on you. You want to pull that energy to
Bring it into it. Yes. I love rose.
Okay, anybody else want to try?
It's like this is your inhaling love. Yeah.
Nobody want no rose energy on them? You don't have to do the horse stance because the gate is so high. So just put your hands up over.
No.
Right. You buy flowers in the house, you can grab the energy of that. But don't just, if you got something to do dealing with this European system, don't just fucking walk out the door. Do some stuff, man. You know what I mean?
The master teacher speaks. Okay. And that was the horse stance that I showed y'all in his comic book. In my sex magic class, there's a technique that I give. It's not even a technique. It's all you do is you mix Florida water with rose water. Put that in a spray bottle, and before you go out to a club or something, ladies, you wear red underwear, okay? And you can spray that on you. Rose water and Florida water. The attraction is crazy. It works for both men and women. All right. What's up, Gotti? How you doing, man? So what he was showing them is bringing the chi of the flower into their auric field. That's very important. Nature is our friend. Don't y'all remember Avatar? Right? Got to try that with the money oil. You can do it with any kind of oils that you want or waters. It will work. See what I'm saying? This clip right here that I'm going to show y'all. Remember, I showed y'all earlier the clip of me interviewing Azazel Bey, and he said the importance of speaking softly, right? Well, in this clip, you'll see why this is not actually working. It's actually not working to try and get a point across. Also, don't argue with people. All right? Do not argue with people. 1 second until I get. Oh yeah. Okay, I found it. Yeah, especially online. Do not argue with people. Okay. All right. It doesn't work in this way.
Jesus was the white man took hell, man. Your mother and your father took hell. Stop that Jesus shit. You don't believe in Jesus, man. Who you think you lying to? Am I on this or you? Let me turn it around. Yeah. Okay. Jesus was a Jew. His cross, was he black or was he white? Was he black like me or was he white like you? He was like was he black like me or was he white like you? He was in the middle between you and me. Oh, so he was a fucking rainbow now. He was a rainbow now, right? But hold up. Who was the first question you asked? Hold up. What was the first question you asked? Why is he showing? Why am I showing the pictures of the lynching, right? Because my people can see how wicked and evil your nature is really is. That's why. Because they still look up to you as God, man. That's you. You gonna come and give me some Jesus shit. Jesus don't give a fuck about me. Jesus don't know who I am. You see what I'm saying? You want to keep my mind in the clouds and shit. You want to keep me out there and shit. Stop that, man. You don't believe. Hold on. You don't believe in Jesus, man. Do you believe in Jesus? So if you do, how come you don't go to your brother Bush and all and tell him about that war? Go to Bush. So stop that, man. That's how wicked and evil ancestors. You want to act like you care about it. You don't care about that. He said, but he came up in power too. Huh? Listen, man, don't go for that shit. So what? So what they came up in power? You should be happy they came up in power. I don't give a damn about that. I got to plead this case. All right. I got to plead this case. Yes, the right to feel the way. Look at you. You still looking up to the same master, man. You see him as the master. I'm God. And who is that? I'm not me. It's not shedding. Get the fuck out. All right, man. Have a good day, man. Who is that? Who is that? You said you God, right? That's me. Come on, man. You ain't God, then, man. What is the goddamn devil, man? That's the devil. That's the evil. You know what he came to me? You know what he came to me? The devil too. He came to me. Listen, man. See, he's trying to help out the master, man. He's not my master. He is. Psychologically, you still see him psychologically. What is psychologically? The white man people are here.
All right. So y'all get the point, right? Y'all know who that is because I know y'all know his voice. That was Sarnetta. I get his points. You know, he has some very valid points, but at the same time, arguing with fools never gets you anywhere. You know, you're supposed to speak softly, like the Buddha. You know what I mean? There's a way to get your point across without belittling someone. I don't care who they are. You know what I mean? I'm just showing y'all about the point that Azazel Bay mentioned earlier. Okay. And Sharon's absolutely correct. They always want to come to black spaces and correct or re-indoctrinate. I put this in my Patreon. It is called Awakening the Enlightenment. These are street interviews. There's at least, I want to say 4 discs full of them. You know, and I already put them and converted them to MP4s. And Azazel Bay's on there, Bobby Hemmett's on there. This is 125th Street in New York. And what they were doing is stopping people and just talking to them. You know, they got, if you've been to 125th Street in Harlem, people have booths set up. You know, that's like a big old marketplace, 125th Street. So that's where that was at. You get a lot of people there speaking wisdom and knowledge, you know, and then you have incidences like this. You know what I mean? In a good Nas bar, you're accountable for everything that you heard. Do not speak to fools. They scorn the wisdom of your words. Right. Excellent. 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 Greetings, amazingly, as I am about to head out the door. Thanks, y'all, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Oh, wait. No, I can't go yet. I can't go yet. I'm not sure what this is going to do, but so be it. You need to see, I don't know how long it's been up, but you need to see this particular YouTube video, okay? You need to see it. It speaks nothing but truth. It came out in the 50s. I'm only going to show a little clip of it because I'm not sure what I can show, okay? Me leaving is going to have to wait. Check this out.
How the Negro lives and how he buys. The truth of the matter is that the Negro lives pretty much the same as other folks. He buys pretty much the same way, too. But just the same, a lot of old doubts and opinions keep cropping up over and over again.
I don't like to do business with Negroes. They're drifters. You can't keep track of them.
Yes, although a lot of people think that way, the truth is that 1 out of every 3 Negro families living in cities today owns its own home. That figure comes directly from the United States Bureau of Census.
Maybe so, but Negroes are poor credit risks.
Not more of a credit risk than any other group. Actually, the Negro homebuyer meets his payments faithfully, often more faithfully than other race groups in the same economic level. That's the information we got from people who ought to know, the National Association of Real Estate Boards.
Well, maybe, but I've always heard that Negroes buy shoddy, poor quality merchandise.
No, it's just the other way around. According to leading researchers, in proportion to population and income, Negroes buy more quality products than any other comparable United States group.
Did y'all hear that?
You see, there are a lot of confused notions about the Negro customer. But when you dig right down and find out about them, they just don't hold water. Negroes own homes. They meet their payments faithfully. They buy good brands of merchandise. So why let a lot of old-fashioned ideas hurt profits? Take a look at the real facts. Here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, some amazing facts and figures about this new market have been uncovered. For a first-hand report, we would like to take you directly to the United States Department of Commerce.
This was put out in 1954, y'all. 1954 is the secret of selling to the Negro. Okay? This is so important because it still applies. And in one part of this documentary, they say the Negro cares about what other people think. How true is this? I know people in their 50s and 60s who still are wearing name brand shit and flossing and flexing on social media, wearing polo and every name brand you could think of. I'm like, these are 50 and 60-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? These supposed to be the elders now. So in short, I think it has gotten worse. Okay. And what Brother Moore said is absolutely correct. It's perfect to share at this time because it still applies today, especially with the election. The problem is they know that Negroes are not going to watch that. Yet and still, they put out this documentary to show to everybody else the secret of how to sell to y'all. See what I'm saying? I am the one and only, the incredible, diabolical Magic LaCroix. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you next time as I greet you in peace. As always, namaste. Peace, y'all.